first thing, of course, I started with, according to the Australian schooling curriculum, is with the phonics system. Yeah, I thought that what is the use for the child to know the name of the letter? Okay, the name of the letter is A, but in order to read, you have to know that the sound of the letter is A. Correct? So, you know, ant would be A-N-T, not A-N-T. So for me, what I found that has worked best for Yasmin and also my other daughter Hannah is phonics system. And inshallah we'll continue with that one.
Nice to hear that. Okay. So do you feel phonics has made reading more enjoyable, fun for children?
Yes, definitely, because it's very exciting for the child to know, even when they're just beginning. When they, even when they're very young, if they know the phonics, they can start to read a simple word even from the first month. You know, like the word cat. You know, if it's a three-letter word, even when they're 3 or 4 years old and they know the phonics system, they can engage. They can start to read even from very early, even if they don't know all the letters.
Okay, so I also would like to ask, like, how would you recommend to the parents back home to use phonics in teaching reading for their kids?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think the biggest job for parents at home is to make it fun. You know, it's when we're adults, when we're grown up, we feel that it's work, right? We have to study, we have to work, we have to achieve. But for a child, you know, especially 3-year-olds, my other daughter, 3-4 years old, it's actually really fun. And if we as parents support them by making it fun. So, for example, sorry, take this 1 minute. For example, every night I read my kids' book. I read it in English because it's my native language, but it can really be in any language, whatever native language, to get them to see that it's a fun story. And that reading is not about reading just for the sake of reading. It's about reading to discover another world, to discover excitement, to discover adventures, and these type of things. What does reading allow us to do? Not reading for the sake of reading, but reading for the sake of, instead of watching TV, when the child gets older, they can sit and read a book.
And they can also understand.
Exactly, and find out things more themselves. So I think, reading to the kids as much as possible. They don't have to be the ones doing the reading, but if I read to them, it's also very, and they love it. It's very exciting for them. And for older children, you can move on to more complicated books that, with fewer pictures. For the young ones, a lot of pictures. For the older ones, fewer pictures. And the other thing I would say is get the child, encourage the child to read, not sit them down and make them read a lot for an hour. An hour is a very, very long, period of time even for a 7-year-old, but especially for 5-year-old, 4-year-old, whatever age. I always say to Yasmin, when we do homework, make it short and sweet. Short and sweet. Keep it only a short period of time that we do the work, to not let the child feel that it's difficult and it's a burden. So when you're practicing at home with your child, when in supporting them in their reading journey, keep it short but consistent. Do it every day okay, tell me what is this word? This word can be cat or dog or something short and simple, but every day. Let the child do it. Even for 5 minutes, it's enough. 5 minutes every day is very short and very sweet. Inshallah for the kids.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing very beneficial insights.
Thank you so much for having me, and I wish you guys the best of luck. I have full confidence that it would be successful, inshallah, and give a lot of benefit.
Thank you. Yasmin, please bye-bye to the camera.
Look at the camera. Say
Again.
Good girl.